Welcome to the interview. I'm Dan Hollander, and our guest on today's program is Vic Pusser of the Lawrenceburg Utility System. Vic, great to have you with us.
Good to be here, Dan.
We're going to talk about some things about the utility system, what it does, and maybe a few things you don't do, and things like that. How about a little short history of this utility system?
Okay, it started back in really the early 1900s, supplying electricity to just the city of Lawrenceburg with you've heard people refer to as the old dam and the new dam, but they both generated power. But as far as Lawrenceburg utility systems, in 1939 we were recognized by TVA as one of their distributors. So we started in 1939 supplying electricity to Lawrenceburg, grown from there, and in 2002 the city merged the Lawrenceburg power system with the gas, water, and sewer with the city and became Lawrenceburg Utility System. So since 2002, we've been part of the city, but we're governed by a 5-member board. So we've been Lawrenceburg Utility System since 2002.
What about the departments that make up the utility system? I'm sure there must be several.
Yeah, we have a gas department, we have a water and sewer department. They're kind of combined, and then an electric department, and then we have a wastewater treatment plant and a water treatment plant. So we have, all in all, we have about 108 employees.
Wow. Had no idea there's that many.
Yeah,
but it takes that many just to keep this going, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, and within that we have, our accounting department, we have our customer service department, we have our engineering department, we have the gas, water, sewer department, we have our own maintenance shop, run our own warehouses. So we're a big company.
Do you meet yourself coming back sometime?
It seems like I do some days.
Yeah. I know people are interested and you want to talk about it, this new metering installation.
Yeah, we have, our board just approved us to enter into a pilot program. We're taking one of our substations, which is the Crockett substation, and we're going to do a AMI system, which is an advanced metering infrastructure system, where we will put a smart meter on each house. And what's kind of led to this is TVA is going to time of use billing, where TVA will have different hour blocks throughout the day. They will have a different rate code. So in the low usage times you pay a lower rate, in the higher usage times you pay a higher rate. And right now, without an AMI system, we're not able to offer those rates to our customers. So we've had our board approve a pilot program. So we're going to do the Crockett station. It's going to be 4,000 electric meters, what we're going to start out with, 50 water meters and 50 gas meters.
Ooh.
And it's going to be about
that sounds like a lot, but maybe not.
That is a lot, but we have roughly 20,000 electric customers, 7,000 water customers, 6,000 gas customers, and 5,000 sewer customers. So this will be a good pilot for us to see if the vendor we picked is going to be the right vendor, and to help us kind of get our feet wet with how to collect all of this data and make sure that we're doing it right. It's an expensive adventure. It's about $1 million to do this one pilot, and it's about a 2-year pilot. Just the lead time on the meters is 10 months. So once we order the meters, it's going to take 10 months to get the meters in, and then we'll have to change out 4,000 meters on the electric side, 50 on the gas, 50 on the water. But what it's going to give us and give our customers is the ability to push out different rate codes, and the ability for you to choose when you use your power and what rates you want to pay. Like if you want to wait at night and either wash dishes, wash clothes, do things like that, when the rate's cheaper, you can do it then. And then we'll be able to track that because we get data from you in 15-minute intervals.
Think that'll be difficult to get across?
Well, it's going to be it's good. We'll have to educate the public. We will have to make a real big marketing and PR effort, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we'll do seminars. We'll hit all the community clubs, the civic organizations. We'll have mailers that go out to everybody. So we're going to do everything we can to educate the public, because it's going to be a big change, but it's going to give you a lot of information, and it's going to help us in as far as our engineering side and helping us plan, because we get data every 15 minutes. We can see what's going on within our system. We can tell when people are stealing power. We can tell on the water side a leak detection earlier. We can do cut on and cut offs from the office. We can do after-hour cut-ons from the office. We have a big issue with dogs. We have a meter reader that comes to your house once a month and reads your meter. And we have a lot of dogs in Lawrence County, so we get a lot of meter readers bid, and we won't have to come to your house once a month. We can read it from our office.
Yeah, and the meter readers are going,
Yeah, it's a big deal with some dogs. And one good thing too with customers, we'll have the ability to do prepay. So, some customers would like the ability to come in and pay once a week, pay a little bit on your bill. With the AMI system, we can do prepay. So you could come in and pay $20 this week, $20 next week, and you can just keep some money in your account where, some folks live month to month, and it's hard to save that money to the end of the month, and this will give people the option that they could come in and pay a little bit on it every day.
obviously this isn't gonna go over in one day.
Oh, no. Like
It's gonna take a while to get all this.
The pilot will be a 2-year pilot program, and if everything works good and we see that it's a good system and it's going to fit our needs, and we'll fully implement it, and to fully implement it in our county, it will be about 4 to 5 years and about a $5 million investment.
Some other things you wanted to talk about was gas, electric, water, and wastewater treatment.
Yeah, one thing with our gas system that we're unique about and that we point out when we have prospects coming for economic development is our gas system. We take gas from 2 different suppliers. We can take gas from East Tennessee Natural Gas, and we can take gas from Texas Eastern, and we have 3 gate stations. So if we ever had a problem with one supplier, we can pick up that load with the other supplier. So when prospects and industries come to look at our county, that's one thing that we really like to point out is we can take gas from 2 different entities. And like I said, we have about 6,000 gas customers.
Is that sort of unusual for?
That's sort of unusual. Most communities just have one gas supplier, to where if you had a problem with the pipeline, like Texas Eastern went down, you'd be out of gas. If we had that problem, we have a gate station in Summertown. We can take it from East Tennessee Natural Gas. We have 2 suppliers, so that's one thing that's unique about our gas system. One thing with our water system is we have an abundance of water. We did an upgrade on our water plant in 2002. So we have a capacity at our water plant of about 10 million gallons a day of water that we can treat and pump to our system. Right now we use about 3.5 million gallons a day. So we're sitting
You can
on
expand then.
so we're sitting on about 6.5 million gallon capacity. So that's one thing that we point out to industry prospects when they come into town is we have excess capacity of water. We have an abundance of water that we can sell you. We have 9 water tanks in our system. So from a water standpoint, we have a good situation, and we have 2 different water sources. We take water from Shoal Creek, and we take water from Hope Springs. So we have 2 different water supplies, and we have emergency connections to Fall River, Northeast, Summertown, and Leoma. We can supply water to those folks also.
Right.
From a wastewater standpoint, we built a brand new sewer plant in 2000, started it in 2005, completed it in 2007, $13.5 million plant. It was the first of its kind in the southeast at that time. We built it when Murray was still in town for the capacity for Murray, and then when Murray shut down, so we're sitting on a lot of capacity at the sewer plant. We can treat up to 11.25 million gallons of water a day, and right now we're only getting about 1.5 million. So we're sitting on a lot of capacity there. So that's one thing that we point out to industry prospects also.
So really, for those areas, we're in good shape.
Yeah, we're in good shape, and we help the chamber a lot with economic development. And in a lot of communities, when a prospect comes in, they say, well, we can build this to you, or we can get this capacity. We already have it. We already have the infrastructure in the ground. We have it here, so that's one thing. And then from an electric standpoint, one thing Lawrence County's been blessed with is we have an abundance of TVA 161 lines. So a lot of counties only have one source to get power from, or one substation. We have 5 substations. Back in the big ice storm, if you remember when everybody was out for so long, we had 1 substation. That was the Collins substation. Since then, we built 4 more substations. So if one substation goes down, we can pick the power up from the other substations. So
So you got some backup.
So we've got backup and we've got an abundance of power from different generating facilities from TVA.
How about connection fees? Want to walk through
Connection
that?
fees for water and sewer and electric is a $20 connection fee. You come in and you pay $20 plus a deposit, but we have a credit check now, so you can run your credit, and if it's a red light, yellow light, green light system, so if you get a green light, all the deposits are waived, and then on the gas side, it's a $50 connection fee. So in the past, it was just one set rate for a deposit, and everybody had to pay the deposit. Now we can do the credit check, and if your credit check comes up good, then we waive the deposits.
Yeah, okay. I know you do some home insulation assistance.
Yes, it's through TVA. TVA calls it eScore, and you actually call in here or call TVA, and we'll set it up, and we'll have somebody come out to your house, and they actually score your house. So it's on a scale from 1 to 10, and with 10 being the best, and you want to get to 10. And there are incentives. TVA will point out areas in your house where you can do upgrades, and then they will incentivize those upgrades.
For folks who kind of on the bend of whether or not to do that, it's really worth it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know,
There's a big difference.
It will make a big difference, and there's some capital investment on your part, some upfront in investment, but you get the incentives from TVA, and then you get the cost savings on your electric bill.
Okay. Can you receive your bill through email?
Yes, we can set it up, we can mail it to you, and we can email it to you.
Not a big problem.
Not a big problem.
Okay. Several other ways to pay your bill.
Check by phone, credit card by phone. We have a night drop. You can always come to the drive-through. You can walk in and pay your bills here. We do have another option that we offer people, our downtown location. We're at 25 Public Square. The city has given us some space in the new municipal building. So we have one person down there that runs the drive-through and takes payment there. But one of the other big things that we have planned is we're in the process of, our architect is almost finished with the plans to renovate the main floor of the 25 Public Square, the municipal building. So we'll be moving all of our customer service and all of our cashiering downtown in hopes to grow downtown. So you'll be able to pay your bill downtown with all our customer service folks and with all of our cashiers.
How about after regular hour service? My power goes off at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Your power goes off at 2 o'clock in the morning. We have a standby crew. We have 2 guys on the electric side. We have 1 standby person on the gas side, and then 1 that does water and sewer. So at any time after hours, holidays, anytime you call the 762-7161 number, you'll get a automated voice, and it tells you all you have to do is leave your address and your name, and one of our dispatchers will call you back. We'll send a crew out. So 24/7, 7 days a week, we'll respond. So at no charge to the customer.
This may be a problem for you. Cutting trees near power lines.
You know, I probably get more calls about cutting trees near power lines than anything. People are attached to their trees, but trees cause us more issues than anything. We've got 3 right-of-way crews. They stay busy all the time. We have about 1,500 miles of electric line that we have to keep the right-of-way trimmed.
That's a lot.
And that's a lot, and it takes a lot to cover the whole county. By the time we get finished with one end and get to the other end, it's time to start back. But, you know, we like to maintain a 25-foot easement on our right-of-way, but most of the time, if you'll let us cut a tree that needs to be cut, we'll either replace that tree with some type of smaller tree like a dogwood, or we'll grind the stump for you. So most folks understand that the bulk of our power outages are caused by tree-related issues, and probably our 2 biggest issues are trees and squirrels, and they go hand in hand. You know, if trees are too close to the lines, squirrels have access to the lines. We have more power out calls because of squirrels than anything.
And some of them squirrels don't survive.
No, and some of the squirrels don't survive, and we have fiber optic line that runs to some of our substations and our wastewater treatment plant and our water treatment plant, and squirrels like to chew on fiber optic lines. we had one section, we had a squirrel chew into it, and it was a $10,000 fix just because of the squirrel. So we try to keep the trees trimmed from our lines.
Didn't realize a lot of this went on, but stealing and diversifying electricity.
Yeah, people get real creative. People will, we've seen everything from a meter has lugs on the inside, and when you put the meter in, that's what makes the connection with the lugs. We've had people take pieces of copper and put in there. We've had people take butter knives and put in there to make the connection. We've had people climb poles to make a connection. We have people stealing power from other people's houses. We've had people wire into the neighbor's meter and go over to their house. So, like we're at your house once a month, so our meter readers do a good job of recognizing this. But it goes on more than you think. But, we have fines associated with it, and we do press charges on it.
Pretty creative people, I guess, really, if they'd use that in a different way.
Some folks spend more effort doing that than they will, doing the right thing. And, it's dangerous, too.
Who in their right mind will want to mess with electric meters?
People just want to get a shortcut. But when our guys work on it, our guys have insulated gloves that are voltage rated to work on that. These folks are just playing with fire. So.
Don't want to do that.
No.
How about reporting outages? Do people get upset about reporting it, or?
A lot of times, and I'd like to encourage everybody, when your power goes out, call it in. Don't just think that, my neighbor's going to call it in or somebody else must have called it in, because it may be an isolated instance. It may have been your transformer. We have some folks share a transformer. Some people are on their own transformer. So anytime your power goes out, call in that 7161 number and report the outage, because just because you don't have power don't mean everybody else doesn't have power.
Yeah. How about additional services in the future? Do you see taking on more services, or maybe hit your limit for right now?
I think we've kind of hit our limit right now, with the gas, water, sewer, and electric. That's a lot to offer, and like I said, we cover the whole county with electric. Back in the past, we have looked into telecom. Back in 2005, we did a study, and we decided that wasn't for us. We didn't want to get in the telephone and TV business, but a lot of systems like Pulaski, Columbia, Fayetteville, Tullahoma, they have. But right now, I think we're just going to stick with gas, water, sewer, and electric, and do those as the best we can.
Yeah, it's a lot to cover.
Yeah, it is a lot to cover. We have, like I said, 20,000 electric, 7,000 water, 6,000 gas, 5,000 sewer. So that's a lot of customers to keep up with.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Vic, we appreciate your visit.
All right, thank you.
And if we spurred another question that we didn't even get to,
right,
you welcome their call.
I welcome your call. You can call our office 762-7161. You can talk to me. You can talk to our accounting, customer service, engineering. We'll find somebody to help you.
Good. Appreciate the visit.
All right, thank you.
Our guest today, Vic Pusser, the Lawrenceburg Utility System. That's the interview. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm Dan Hollander.